Hey, what's up everyone? For the topic of this video, I will be discussing something which I have mentioned in the previous months, particularly back in May of last year when it was first mentioned on news articles and the Strange Sounds Twitter page. The NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, has warned that 5G spectrum interference presents a major threat to our radar and weather prediction centers. They said the issue remains on Congress's radar, pun intended there, but I highly doubt they'll do anything for it. Back on May 14th, they said 5G is likely to mess with weather forecasts, but the FCC auction spectrum continues. They just continue to expand 5G. They say, oh, there's nothing we can do about it. There's no soundproof. There's no credible evidence, that there's not enough research done into this. But what research has been done? There hasn't been enough research done to 5G regarding 5G and its effects on not only health, not only the Earth itself, and obviously now the effects it has on radar and weather prediction centers. Today, our local meteorologists stated that their computers, their weather models, and their forecasts have been doing, their computers have been doing a horrible job. And not just their network, but they said all the channels have been doing a very crappy job, very bad job at predicting the weather and being able to detect these storms. They pop up out of nowhere. Some of these storms just remain there, stationary for hours and hours. And some of them fly by just like, boom, like nothing. And some of them remain just, once they form, they all gather together and form and storm ridiculously strong on one particular area. They remain stationary. But they stated that radar, something's affecting with the weather, obviously. Weather modification, climate control, geoengineering. Think about it all. Prophecy all at the same time. But that could be the cause of it itself. Looking back at this, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration warned us back in May that 5G will interfere and it poses a threat to our radar and weather prediction. And now our local meteorologist stated their computers have been doing a horrible job at predicting these storms, and radar has been doing an awful job at detecting them and where they are. So just thought I would share. They even warned again that 5G threatened to overcrowd the airwaves, putting radar at risk. The weather radar, the new 5G networks, they're supposed to revolutionize mobile telecommunications, but it's going to push telecommunication companies onto the frequencies used by the Bureau of Meteorology's weather radars, indirectly putting the accuracy of weather information at risk. They said the new 5G network, 3.6 gigahertz band for use by 5G. The frequency band will be moved to the 5.6 gigahertz band, which is already used by weather radars. They said that might manifest as fake rain clouds on weather radars. More broadly, is that these signals will manifest as fake rain clouds. More broadly, they said presented for spectrum sharing. It may be a concern for others, including Defense Department, showing up as something else on their radar that's not even there. They said it's getting harder all the time to predict weather, and this is going to make it even more. All this jam, that could have been what they were testing a while back when unexpected storms that weren't there popped up on radar and no one knows what they were, and they claimed they were military tests. But if you look at the radio frequency interference, obviously you can see that given the bandwidth and the spectrum, given the 5G the particular frequency that it runs on and emits, it will interfere with our weather forecasting technology and climate technology. This 24 gigahertz spectrum band, next generation telecom communications programs, they use a different gigahertz of frequency. And this 5G will interfere and cause them to be extremely off in their weather prediction and radar live feeds. And I don't know if you've heard this or not, but this is cruel and just awful. In Chinese schools, they are going to begin putting, now after trying out facial recognition, the Chinese schools are now experimenting with new headbands to measure the attention levels of students in classrooms. Now here's the thing, they're going to start to manage the attention level by doing real-time, instant real-time. They've started making the students wear them. Several Chinese schools have started making students wear real-time brain scanning headbands that detect when they start to lose focus or slack off. And if you're falling asleep, it will even shock you. Electroshock therapy. Now, think about that. Headbands that allow teachers to track concentration levels in real time and shock them if they get sleepy or slack off. Now that is awful. It's all over the news here. I had to look this up because I found it from the Strange Sounds Twitter page, but it's on Futurism and the Next Web. We are headed into such a controlled society. I know Amazon already has a headband that can play music and based on your moods and based on the moment and your emotions at the moment, because it reads the brain frequencies in real time and lights up based on your mood and your particular chemicals in your mind at the moment and the frequencies. But this in China, this is their mind control. China is issuing mind control to the students, mind controlling headbands. You might as well just call them mind controlling headbands. That's where it's leading. It's leading toward this totalitarian society. But with all that being stated, I just wanted to share a few of these things, a couple things actually. 2 things. I love you all. Peace. Signing out. If you like what I do, feel free to support the cause. Feel free to support. I love you all so much. Help me be able to do more of what I love. I love you all. Peace. Spaced Out Production signing out.